A wave of recent terror attacks is testing London's famous Steely resolve. The latest last night, a van plowed into a group of people who were assisting a man who'd collapsed in the street. In the aftermath, that man died. 11 people were hurt, 9 sent to hospital. Anger is growing among those who were specifically targeted by hate. Nala Ayed is in London with the latest.
It was a shocking end to prayer on a Ramadan night. To witnesses, it was clear right away they had been deliberately targeted.
He was shouting, "We're all Muslims, I want to kill all Muslims." Literally, he said that, word by word.
He was the attacker, mowing people down as they left Finsbury Park Mosque.
No one!
An angry crowd caught up with him, an imam saving him from harm.
No one touched him, no one!
Once in the police van, he waved.
We pushed people away from him until he was safely taken by police into custody and put into the back of the van.
We've been talking to people in this area, and there's not just horror over what happened here behind me, but there's also anger over the fact that it took a while to describe it as a terrorist attack. That anger is directed at the media and at the government.
Can Britain take any more terror, Prime Minister?
Prime Minister Theresa May, accused of being too detached during recent tragedies, did later call it a terrorist attack and dropped by to visit.
There is no place for this hatred in our country today.
The attacker was named in the British media as 47-year-old Darren Osborne. The van rented near his home in Cardiff, the third attack this year involving a vehicle. 3 of the last 4 terrorist attacks here were carried out by Islamists claiming to act for the extremist group ISIS. There's been a spike in Islamophobic attacks since. The horror over last night, they prayed out on the street. But this is a shaken neighborhood. This man was at the mosque with his family and saw the scene afterwards.
My daughter was crying, my wife is shaking, and, so I can't believe it,
London has barely recovered from last week's tragedy at Grenfell Tower.
These have been a terrible few weeks for London, unprecedented in recent times. We will stay a strong city.
I mean, nobody slept last night, really.
But some are concerned the attacks will devolve into tit-for-tat strikes.
What has Britain come to? Can we get back to the way we used to be? I hope we can.
After weeks of this, the city is ill at ease. The government is now providing more protection for mosques, but there are also calls for more action against hate speech, seen as the fuel for attacks on all sides. Nala Ayed, CBC News, London.